What's up, guys, and welcome back, our YouTube fishing family, to AF&S Outdoors. It's been a minute, maybe a bit longer than a minute. It's actually been 1 year since we stopped making YouTube videos. Took a little bit of a break, if you will. A lot of questions. Where have you been? What have you been doing? Quite frankly, I have not even gotten on the YouTube. Haven't even been looking at our channel to see all the comments as to what's happening, where you're at, what's going on. If you have been following us on Instagram and Snapchat at AF&S Outdoors, you know what we've been doing. We've still been out there. We've still been grinding. We're fishing all the time. We're in the outdoors. We're doing all kinds of stuff. We have a high school bass fishing team that we are constantly working with. It has been good. It has been a good year, but it is October in Iowa, which means we start prepping for a little bit of a change. Bass season is nearly over. We got one more tournament, one more. And then it's all about that hard water, baby. So before we left, before we took a break, I made a video a little over a year or so ago, maybe a little bit longer than that really, trying to find the best ice shack I possibly could. I was new to ice fishing. I am still new to ice fishing. This is probably only my 4th season. However, I went to every single possible store I could, sat in every kind of ice shack I could find. I knew I wanted a 2-man. I knew I wanted a flip over. I wanted to get away from something like this, although I still have it. The nice little pop-up that I can just run out early ice, throw that thing up and be good to go. I wanted something better. So I pushed out a video about picking the Jason Mitchell. Now, a lot of controversy in you ice guys. What's the best? Is it otter? Is it clam? Fraybill people are out there, whatever. I don't care. I went out, I sat in them, I found the one that I loved. I went with the Jason Mitchell Elite Series 900 denier fabric, something heavy duty that we could stay nice and warm in. I'm from Kansas, people. We don't have ice fishing in Kansas. I'm not used to these winters. So I picked something that I would like. There's a lot of great features of it. I still stand by that lighting sucks. Let's try over here. I still stand by this purchase. It is a phenomenal ice shack. If you guys are looking for an ice shack, and you just don't care, clam, otter, you just want to spend some good money, know you're getting a great product, this Jason Mitchell, this thing is fantastic. I absolutely love it. I've kept it in great shape. It has held up really well. So again, if you are in the market for an ice shack and you can put the clam otter thing aside, some of you can't, I get it. This has been your life for a long time. I don't care. I just want to go out and catch fish through the ice. This has been perfect. I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. And I've sat in all of them. The otters have really nice ones. I really enjoyed. This is the one I put my money in, and I really liked it. All right, so let's get down to it. What are we doing? I put up a video about some ice shack modifications. You guys loved it. Lots and lots of views on that video. But they were very minimal. Very, very minimal modifications. It was my first season. I had no idea what I was doing. But you guys came through. You had given me some suggestions. I put those modifications into use, and it was good. This year, however, we're stepping up the game. No, the pencil's not just for looks. We've been sketching, people. We've got a scale model. Yeah, that's right. We're doing some maths. Do your maths. Stay in school, kids. So here's what we got. So I'm going to hold it up here for a second so you guys can screenshot this if you want to. Granted, it might look a little confusing because, my thoughts are on here too. But here's what we got going on. I drew a rough outline of the sled. I killed about 8 inches on either side. You'll see that 8 inches up there. That's where the ice shack sled curves. That's kind of my dead space. I want all that for storage. So we got storage. And then down here is where the seats are going. They're going to be taken off of the slides. So you guys can see right here how these slide and move. I'm taking it off. I don't care about that. I want to plant them where I want them. I'm going to make sure that they are where I want them, and we're going to leave them. We're going to have storage underneath of the seats. In the center, we've got some storage and a battery compartment. We're going to have a rocker panel up front, right in the middle of the two seats. Cup holders, storage on either side to put baits, whatever else we're working with. I'm keeping this black support beam. The plywood's going to sit on that. We're keeping that. In the back, I've got a giant rod locker / storage compartment. I've got a 5-gallon tub compartment so that I can take all the stuff that I use when I'm out on the ice for a long time. Cooking stuff. Make sure we have those snacks. We need Ice Shack snacks. Come on. We're drilling out a bucket hole. We've got some more storage. We're doing all of this with some 1/2-inch plywood. This is 3-ply plywood. Nice, strong support. All of these compartments are going to have lids because, again, I pushed out what was supposed to be a joke, a 24-hour challenge video that was a complete joke about sleeping on the ice. And lots of people watched it, and a lot of people were pissed about it and didn't like it, and it was hilarious. But this year, oh no, all of these compartments are going to shut, and we're going to have a giant sleeping platform is my goal. So the seats will pop off, I will have a sleeping platform, and we are going to do a real, whole weekend challenge. We're just going to sleep in the shack for days. More than 24 hours. We're going longer than 24 hours. So we need to get started. We need to accomplish something. That's the goal for today. Accomplish something that moves us forward with this ice shack renovation. I have already, you can kind of see it down here, there's a little bit of mess. I moved this support bar down. It sits up higher to make the seats level in the sled. I have moved it down. It is now even all the way across with the sled on both sides. That way that plywood sheet can go on there. So today, what we need to do, we need to pop off all of this hardware. Take all of that off, and then we are going to get this plywood installed on the sled. But before we do that, I just want to thank you guys again for the support, even in the year that we took off. Came back, we're approaching 5,000 subscribers. To all of you new people out there, thank you for joining us. For all of our long-term subscribers that have been here with us since the beginning, I appreciate each and every one of you. I do. I really appreciate it. So if you're new here and you're liking what you see, that subscribe button's down there. You guys know where it is. All right, plywood's on. It is clamped down for the moment, and we are running into our first issues that I hadn't quite thought through all the way. So on this little diagram, I showed you guys up close the other day, I had this piece of plywood ripped to 72.5 by 36 3/4. And obviously I knew the edges weren't gonna be rounded or anything like that. We're gonna have to do that. But plywood's not exactly straight, or maybe the plastic sled's a little more curvy than I thought. So it's not lining up exactly. So what I did was I went ahead and I just clamped down the back in a couple places, and that side is lined up. So this side is lined up, the back is lined up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the underside of this piece of plywood with a permanent marker and essentially just trace out the shack, and I will know essentially where I need to be doing my cutting to get this plywood cut to size. So let's see what we got real quick. It seemed to map out okay from my scale drawing that I did. I think we're gonna have a little bit of some tweaks going on just with the fact that the plastic sled obviously isn't quite as perfect as, mapping it out on the measurements go. We may end up switching a little bit around with the cup holders. We may just kind of have to scoot those in a little bit from where they are now once we get the seats put on. But as far as the storage compartments and stuff go, other than the ones that are pushing the edge of the sled, I think we are golden. Starting here in the center, we've got our rocker panel area. We have our battery and electrical that's going to go in the center here as well. We've got cup holders towards the front corners for both myself and then whoever is with me over here. And again, I think I may end up having to move these a little bit, but then we have that tub storage, we have tackle storage, we have the big rod storage, we have the 5-gallon tub storage, and then the 5-gallon bucket storage. And you can kind of see I actually measured out the 5-gallon bucket, and I'm going just wider than that so we can sit down. And that bucket diameter should increase slightly as it goes towards the top. And then finally, the second person storage in the back. All right, guys, so that's gonna be it for this video as far as our first Ice Shack modifications go. Next time that you guys see me, we are gonna take all of this plywood, we are going to get out the compartments, we're gonna cut all of those out, and we are gonna get this thing mounted to the sled and get the carpet installed. We went with essentially a boat outdoor carpet. It's got that rubber sheeting underneath, should hold up nice and well and also be relatively comfortable that I can lay on it with a sleeping bag. And it'll protect all of our gear real nice. I guess one last thing before I sign off here, guys, is keep in mind that this is not, I'm not really concerned about weight here. This is the big heavy duty shack that I drag out with my truck, essentially when I can drive on the ice. So as always, thanks for joining me. All of our old subscribers, thank you for sticking around and hanging out during our break period. All of our new subscribers, I hope you enjoy what you're seeing. And if you are not a subscriber yet, hey, the button's down there. I hope you guys will subscribe. Catch us on Instagram, catch us on Snapchat. It should be an awesome winter. I'm hoping it's gonna be a great winter. We've got to get out, we've got to hammer some fish through the ice. So once again, guys, thanks for joining me. I'm Justin Lewis. This is AF&S Outdoors, and I will catch you next time.